And just so everybody knows, it's Saturday night, okay? And your boy Indieadam here, he's feeling all right, you know? He's just come back from a trip uh, to see the first Universal, and I'm seeing you have a Universal shirt on, so you're totally cool in my book. Uh, just so you are aware. But
Wait,
can you
I'll
see
just
it
have.
yet?
Well, no, I can't see it on my phone, but that's all right. It will work.
All right,
I
as
guess.
long as you can see it. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep like making it look better so that you look cooler on the screen.
Okay.
So just pardon me on that. So I know that you go by many names. You have horror girl on our screen today, and I got my like little cool Indieadam one up there.
I see it. I see it.
I think you need a logo.
I
I
think so
think
too.
I think everybody agrees with me on this. I think the world it agrees with me. Okay. So I think we need to figure that out. I can send you that file. You can just use it if you wanted
Yeah, for
to.
sure. For sure. I know. I was thinking of. I was thinking about. I was making some stuff beforehand, like in the AI generator kind of thing. I was fooling around with images from like online, like doing my own kind of stuff. But I don't know. I do need one. I just don't know what.
You
I
do
guess.
good.
I guess
You do good
the
art.
song. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm trying to see if I can get
And that's not
there.
just the fanboy me. That's like serious. It's such a compliment in the sense that like I really I just dig it. It's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me
um,
see here.
this. Yeah. So I was like,
Getting better. Oh,
I guess
no, I'm
coming
not.
up
It's
with
getting worse.
all these ideas, trying to figure out like a logo of somewhat, but try to make it my own and make sure I really like it before I like not patent it, but make it my for sure logo. If that makes sense. Like I don't know. I was just thinking of different things. I don't really know what to do.
At some point, I'm gonna get this, man. Like, I don't know what the calculation is or why I screwed this up so badly. Like,
That was
this
totally fine.
is such an epic fail in that sense. But while I continue to figure out what the hell happened here, uh, I want to ask you the first question, which is, what inspired that tattoo? Because the tattoo you're known for.
Oh yeah, it's a Chucky. I would say I'm most known for the Chucky tattoo, but yeah, that was funny.
Is there another tattoo?
I do have a Friday the 13th one.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No?
No, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's bad
Yeah,
news.
I have the Jason one right here. That one was pretty brutal in a way. So the I would say the Chucky one. I was talking to my artist, and basically we're just coming up with ideas. He was thinking something else. I was like, no, let's do a horror. Like I like horror. Like I'm really a big horror person. I think this was I had just kind of like started YouTube too, so I was like trying to find myself in a way, and I was like, no, I want to tattoo horror on me, you know. Um, so we were coming up with characters, like, and I was thinking like, who's iconic, and he's like one of my favorites, you know, that I enjoyed watching while growing up, and so we were going back and forth, and he's like, we were like, oh, what about Chucky? We're like, Chucky's cool, Chucky's cool, and then he kind of threw like an '80s theme on the Chucky tattoo. Um, he was like giving all these images from other places and kind of coming up with it and making it his own way, a little twist on it. And then we just ran with it. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do a whole like horror sleeve, just get all my favorite characters.
How many characters do you have exactly, if you don't mind me prying a touch?
Oh, I have no, it's fine. I have Chucky and I have Jason. So Jason, I guess I could say Jason's on my lower leg right here. It's kind of hard to show you right now, but
Wow, jeez.
so I have Jason right here and then Chucky. So I only have it on like the outside of my leg.
Mhm.
So I definitely want to just finish that whole leg and then go on to the next one.
You're
It's
gonna
just
do an
fun.
arm or a sleeve rather?
I kind of wanted to work my way up. Yeah, eventually, I would like to. I
Work
think
your
it's
way up?
yeah. So like I'm starting now at like the legs and then.
Oh wow. Okay. Like I don't mean to pry too much with this, and I won't. But I want to ask you because I have a lot of female friends that have chest tattoos. Are you thinking like a whole on up to neck type of thing, or are you talking just arms and legs?
I think, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, I that too, but I was like, that's kind of like cool. Like, I think it's kind of like badass. Like, so I was like, when I get there, I'm gonna think about it. Like, I would want something like really cool. I'm still hesitant on the whole chest and neck, so I was like, maybe the arms, and then I'll go up. So I'm like still kind of hesitant, but I was like, like
That's a big
I don't
commitment.
know.
I feel like
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
you did
yeah,
that. Uh,
yeah. But I was like, the pain's gonna be crazy, right? But I was like, that's like later down the road. I was like, I'll have to work my way to it.
yeah.
But I was like,
Well,
let me
it's
start.
just so again, like I have a friend that that has like a chest tattoo like that, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to get like personal, but like I'm not a huge don't destroy the natural art. You know what I mean?
I
Um,
feel you. I feel you.
so
I
that
understand what you're saying.
so I don't mean to again. This is you do whatever you want. You know, however you want. Also, I'm addicted to caffeine free Pepsi. So I'm not having any like luck finishing what I was doing on this other thing, but I think we're just gonna keep it like that, and we're gonna do it, and I'll figure it out in post. Okay. Uh, what the hell? Oh, wait a second here. Like now, I feel like I'm a little unprofessional.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so in the meantime, I mean, I can still ask you some questions here. Uh, epic fail that I've become here with this. Um, let's see. Wow, I deleted it or something. I don't get it. I don't get what I did. We're gonna keep it going with this. Anyways, so let's talk about Chucky. Okay, start talking to me about Chucky. Why Chucky? I know you said horror, but like, why specifically Chucky?
I think it's something from my childhood. Like it was like nostalgic to me. Like growing up, I think that was like one of the first, I guess you could say, horror movies that I've seen. And at first, he did scare me. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of, petrified of him a little bit. Uh, and then as I got a little bit older, so maybe in like my teen years, I really started to get into horror movies and watching them and like I don't know. I would like go to my dad's on the weekend. So it's like a good feeling when I would watch them. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's why. And then I just kind of fell in love with Chucky. I think everyone's like, oh, he's so cheesy. I'm like, no, he's cool. Like it's a little doll that comes to life. Like, I don't know. And so I just got like attached to Chucky. Like I thought the whole story was really awesome and how he looked, how he talked, and then so like growing up, they like I just became more infatuated with like horror. And then so when I was thinking about the tattoos and stuff, I was like, who is the most iconic to me and who I really enjoyed and like meant something to me growing up? And that's the character that I kind of chose and went with, if that makes
Now,
sense.
now I got to ask a question here. Uh, when were you somebody that would rent any of these films from like a local library or anything like that when you were a kid? Just out of curiosity, I'm curious.
We would go to Blockbuster. We had Blockbuster, and then I think another one was like Family Video, rent movies, like on the weekends.
Family Video. Remember the days? Remember the days when there was a Family Video though? In all seriousness,
Yeah, I don't think they have those anymore. So I supposedly I saw like online. I think it was on like TikTok, and it was like there's like one more Blockbuster opened or something like that. Something crazy like that. But Family Video, yeah, I don't think that's a lot around too much. I don't think it's around
no, but
anymore.
that is the one that lasts
So
the most.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
longest.
yeah, yeah, for sure. If the with the what is it? It's like a green building with the orange sign.
Do you want true story here? I actually used to manage a Blockbuster, which
Really?
I don't know if I should admit that or not.
Pretty cool though.
Well,
It, it seems like it
well,
would be a funnish job. Or was
it
it
had
not?
its perks, but it was more not so perky.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of terrible. We uh I'm not good with math, and like that job required more math than I wanted to actually devote.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I just didn't. It just never went any further than that. And they were trying to cam me way early on too. So it wasn't even like. There we go. I'm trying to get you back on a double screen, and I think I've fixed it all. But here we go. I can still go back and forth while I'm doing it. So, um, Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm putting you on the spot. Yes or no?
Rebirth?
Rebirth. Yeah,
Say yes.
that's a yes.
Yeah.
All right,
I
good.
think
Good
so.
call. Okay, good call. All right. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Have you seen that?
Fallen Kingdom one? No, I don't think so.
Fallen Kingdom was the one that was to be honest with you, I absolutely hated it because because it killed all the dinosaurs. Like it literally killed all the dinosaurs, and I could not watch. It was like watching a bad PETA video.
I don't think I've. Oh, that one was the newer one
Yeah, it was
with
part of the
the
whole Jurassic World, whatever.
with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, with Chris Pratt, right?
I did see that one.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yes, I have seen that one. Yes, yes, yes. Um, yeah, that one was like, yeah, and then they were like, I don't know, it was it was a little more like weird, I guess maybe because it was like more like it stemmed off like okay, so Jurassic Park, I guess it just enhanced the whole park thing. It was a little more like I guess more in depth scientifically on how they were doing everything, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't compare to the first one. I don't know. I guess when the first Jurassic Park was the first film that I've ever seen, so like I compare the rest of them to that one, and I'm like, they're just not the same.
Really? The first
Yeah,
Jurassic Park?
the classic, the first.
Wow. I went and saw Jurassic Park 1 with my grandmother, and I don't think she knew what to expect. Oh man, we're getting like our graphics are getting better over here, okay? Like if you're watching in
Okay.
real time, this is like happening, folks. This is happening in real time. Okay. I got to get your like logo in there too. But yeah, so Jigsaw. Have you seen all the Saw movies? Yes or no?
All of them? I've not seen all of them. I've seen a handful, but I haven't seen all of them. And
How
now I
many
do like the jigsaws, so they're pretty
h-
fun.
how many can you stand though? Like are you able to watch through all that like really graphic like horror?
Yeah, I like it. It's
Yeah.
pretty. It keeps it exciting, you know. But it does make me like. I don't know if you get that way. Like when you watch films that look like it hurts or it looks painful. Like I always get like a sensation, like a pain sensation. Like I feel like I can feel it. Like oh,
Ooh.
do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know. It's
Yes.
called pain receptors. So it's something when your brain will tell you that it's in danger or like it's like something
Yes.
hurts. I don't really know the definition of it, but it has something to with that. And so like for me, when I watch those films, like that's like bodily harm and it looks very painful. Like, oh, I get these like tingles in my tailbone. Like it looks like it hurts.
I don't know. I made a couple films that were really graphic, and I remember um, watching the graphic violence of those films and having to listen to the sound effects for hours
Oh
and
gosh.
hours.
Yeah, that's no good.
It's rough. It's rough. It's not
Yeah.
something I would recommend. Um, in fact, more often than not, I would be listening to like fart sound effects to make a gurgle of a stomach.
Oh
I know
dang.
that may sound silly, and it probably is silly, but you know, here we go.
I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool.
Well,
Wow.
it is what it is. I'm
Or
like
like,
so focused on like trying to get this so perfect. Here we go. Like, look at this. Look at our screen. It's pretty epic, isn't it?
it is. I see it.
Okay, so have you seen Jason X?
Um, I have a while ago. I don't remember too much of it, if I'm being honest. I know that he looked pretty cool, like, you know. I don't know. It was just so long ago. I feel like I have to refresh myself on all these movies that I've seen because I feel like I've seen them when I was very young. So it's been a while, a big gap since I've seen them again. If I'm being quite honest, that's why I started doing that whole like where I watch movies on my live stream with people, the ones that I haven't seen, and we kind of watch them together because I'm like, oh, I've never seen this. Let me see what it's about. And so, like, that's definitely on my list. I feel terrible saying I have not seen that one, or I don't really remember it too much.
Yeah, you know what? It's one where he's in space,
Yeah, yeah,
and honestly, it was such a terrible budgeted film, but and it was so bad with like the CGI, but his costume, they went all in on that costume.
yeah. I feel like that mask and the cover is pretty iconic too. It kind of gives like a little bit like Terminator vibes to the cover, like in a way. Like it's supposed to be like metal, right? On the mask, or
Yeah, the mask is like it is supposed to be metal. I actually dig the redesign of the mask, to be honest with you. That is pretty cool.
yeah,
Um
I thought
I
it was
think I
awesome.
got this stream fixed, totally fixed. It only took us a half hour, and hopefully I can still bother you for a little bit longer. Jaws 50th anniversary is coming up. Do you know that?
I know, I've seen it. I went to Universal on like the City Walk, and they have a bunch of Jaws stuff all over the place, like
Oh,
inside the
boo.
boosters.
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
I was just in Florida, and if you lived near Orlando and I did not know about this, or we could have done this live in person, that's a travesty. It's a travesty.
Next time, you'll have to visit again. You can't just visit
Yes,
once, you
I
know.
visit Florida, unfortunately or fortunately, often. So there's always a very good possibility. Okay, so let's see here. Zombie movies. I got to really kind of pick your brain about these zombie movies, okay? I need you to put the game face on, if you know what I mean. All
Uh,
right?
sorry.
All right. So, zombie movies. Have you ever seen the movie Zombie?
Zombie.
Zombie. And anybody in the chat right now, because I see there's quite a few peeps. Anybody in the chat right now, you gotta let us know. Have you seen the movie Zombie?
Zombie.
If you need me to
Don't.
send you a picture of the cover, I can, because I know you got a lot trying to
No,
figure out how to do this.
no, you're fine. What year was it?
Oh, it's slipping my mind right now. I don't know. Anybody know what that is? Let us know in the chat because I'm trying to figure that out. We're trying to figure it out. Not zombie. Okay, so some people are saying yes, Luke Ferrigno. That's it. Luke Ferrigno
Okay.
zombie. Thank you. Whoever posted that, or there was a couple of people that posted that, but thank you everyone that did post that because that is awesome. But yeah, he fights a shark. A zombie fights a shark underwater. So that movie should stand out to you. If you don't know that scene, then you have not seen that movie.
Wow, that sounds very interesting.
It's very, it is very interesting. It is very interesting. Um, I'm
I don't
not
think
really
that would
sure.
keep my attention though. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to check it out. I haven't heard of that film at all.
You can probably just meme it. To be honest with you, there's probably memes of it. Everybody, make sure you spam her now. Our horror queen here, and with the memes of the zombie fighting the shark.
Oh, they're gonna
Okay.
send it to me.
What?
They're gonna send it to me on Instagram. All the
Yes,
pictures.
yes. You need to watch it, and then you have to tell us next time what you think of that fight sequence because, whew.
Is
Let's
this
see
the
here.
cover? I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes. And there's a scene in that movie. You like to watch those like grungy stuff and like really graphic horror. There's
I
a
like
scene
it.
in
Yeah.
there's a scene in that movie that the character is getting pushed towards a sharp object right into her eye, and you see it happen
Oh,
in real time, and it's so slow. Is this a spoiler? It's from the 70s.
wow.
Is is this going to ruin
It's
your
a spoiler.
experience?
I don't think it's a spoiler. I think I just don't want to see that.
um, but it is a hard movie to watch because it's a different language and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Not that not that different language films are bad. It's just you got to really appreciate that going into it before anything else.
But yeah, I just watch it with the subtitles on.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a fun film. I love gory films. I don't know why. I think they're fun. I saw some people get grossed out, but I just think it's I don't know fun to watch. And then they come up with such like creative ways, like it's especially like I know Terrifier is new and stuff like that, but that movie's insane with the graphics and how I guess you can say he kills them. Like it's just they're insane death. And same thing with I have recently just seen I Spit on Your Grave. I've never seen that film before. I saw it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw it like what was that like a week ago? Those scenes were pretty like the kill scenes were they were crazy. I did not expect that. I know everybody was telling me to watch it. And I was like, oh, maybe. And then I watched it. I was like, it was pretty good film. Like kill wise, like that was crazy. I don't
What
know.
was that? I didn't hear that
Like
last part.
oh, like kill wise, like kill scene wise, it was
Yeah.
pretty crazy. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I think what would go really good with your tattoo is killer clowns.
Killer Clowns. I have thought about that. I have. It's such a to me. I think it is like a funny horror, like funny. I don't say not cheesy, but it's just a funny horror film. And the characters are just so bright and vibrant and iconic. But yeah, I definitely I thought about it. I was like, should I? I don't know. I think it would look cool though. But who would I put? Like what killer
Oh,
clown?
I don't know them all by name anymore.
I think the
The
only one I really remember is Shorty.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shorty's the only one that I can recall too, but the big fella, the big fella is in there too. That the one with the gun, I can't remember his name. He has a yellow outfit on.
Oh, with the pink hair,
Yeah, with the pink hair, he makes like the big
balloon animal, or is it
yeah.
balloon animal? Yeah. He
Yes.
looks pretty cool too. His hair is like this. Uh, yeah, that one's pretty interesting too. The fat one is cool looking too for some reason.
Yes.
They're all cool. They're all like iconic in a way. I like how they all look different. Uh, yeah, those are. I would now I'm curious to see like. Imagine you just get all of them on your leg, or all of them on one piece. That would be great.
Oh my god, this is so crazy. I I think did you are you a gamer at all?
Not really.
Did you see that they've come out with some horror games like referenced after movies?
I have seen some things of that, or like people will send me some things sometimes about the games and horror correlation and everything. Uh,
Mhm.
I just don't. I'm not a big gamer. Maybe I should start. Some people told me I should. You should try these games out, but I have seen some things about that.
I hold on a sec. I'm so sorry.
Maybe
Um
I.
you don't understand my mind is so fried. I've been working on this movie like night and day to the point where I'm sitting in my office, wearing sunglasses because I've worked on it so long. This movie that I've been working on it called Ombis 2. And I know that you've seen it, not seen it, but you've seen a couple little things here and there, and you've been very supportive of that, by the way. So thank you very much.
Sorry.
Um, because you're the type of people that allow us as indie filmmakers to make horror movies that become iconic. Like, for example, the whole conversation that we discussed about like Chucky, that's like an indie film, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you're on the right path. Let's see here.
Let's see. Oh, it says meeting has been upgraded by the way.
Yeah, like I totally did not have my Zoom up to date, and I'm like, that's the next thing that needs to go in this podcast, so that it ruins the stream. But I want to show you at some point tonight, if you don't mind, the actual and of course your wonderful people that follow all your work and the ones that follow my work, a little like taste of the movie that I've been slaving over at some point. We'll get there. I don't want to rush it, but we'll do it towards the end if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
but okay, what's your favorite music? What type of music do you listen to?
So like recently it's been changing, as I get more, I guess you could say, in tune with myself, more just developing as a person. I feel like now I listen to a lot of alternative, and then also like more hard rock, classic rock. I feel like I'm more like into rock and metal and everything. But I like honestly everything. Country, R&B. I like old school. I like new school stuff, but I would say alternative would be like my thing right now.
But
So like
but
a
what
lot
is
of like the
consist of alternative? Let me ask you, AJR, is that considered alternative, or is that too mainstream?
I think it's considered alternative.
Okay, Coldplay. How do you feel about Coldplay?
Mainstream.
Okay, now I am a big Coldplay fan. I've been to, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 concerts of
Dang,
Coldplay. I am a
that's a lot.
true, yeah, I'm a devoted, devoted Coldplayist. I don't know if that means anything, but you know how Taylor Swift has like their following. I live
Yeah.
right, I live right near, I live in Buffalo, New York. So in Buffalo, we're very close to Toronto, Canada,
Mhm.
and they are just like 2 hour drive. So I get to go up there every now and then, and yeah, so that's really that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I know like a few of their songs. I haven't listened to so much, but I know they're really big, and a lot of people enjoy all of their songs and everything like that.
now here's really a question that needs to be asked because the world needs to know. And this could be very hard on you when I ask this question, just so that we're all aware, okay? It could be a real thing here. All right. Jaws 1 or Jaws 2? Have you seen Jaws 2?
Yes. But
Okay.
honestly, I'm just a big fan of Jaws 1. I just love Jaws 1.
Now, what do you think about Jaws 3? How do you feel on that one? Did you see that?
I don't think I've seen Jaws 3.
Jaws 3 is when the series decides to go left, or right, or you make a U-turn. I don't know. Uh, it ends up it's like an okay film. I think I appreciate. Yeah, go ahead.
No, an okay film. That's a funny. You're like, yeah, okay, it's passable.
Well, you know what? As a kid, I grew up on the Jaws films. I was that kid that often would go to like the library and stuff, like we were talking before about. And it's honestly one of those things that I think I I remember that from my youth, man. I was like, I would walk. Okay, we're going down the wrong path with that one. We're having a therapy session there. So we're back to zombie because we kind of never finished with that. Um, so is it confirmed that you have not seen zombie?
Yeah, I have not seen Zombie.
You have not seen Zombie. I would assume, just based on the cover and maybe just your general response to seeing it being made in the 70s, you're not super excited to watch that movie.
No, I still would like to. I give every movie a shot. I never judge based off the cover,
Oh, yeah,
But
true, fair, fair.
yeah, I have not seen that. You know, there's a lot of movies I still haven't seen, and I tell people a lot too because they'll be naming things, and I have like my whole list of movies that they want me to watch. It's like at least I'm at I think like 50 movies now that I have to watch. So forgive me that I don't know, a whole as much like
You're
film
good.
as
We're gonna.
you.
You're good. You're good. You're still our
um,
favorite. So you will
big
you will be the horror queen. Right now, you're the horror girl, but you will be the horror queen.
eventually, I'm working my way up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's still so many films I have to watch, and I feel so terrible that I haven't seen um, as many as everyone else.
Well, when do you
So you're
find
saying all
time?
these, huh?
When can one find time? I mean, I'm sure
Yes,
you work too. You have a job, right?
yes, and man, I try, and then with filming and everything, and I'm trying to, and I try to make time at least now. Okay, now I want to make it a goal. At least, if I could do 2 to 1 movies a day, that would be, I think that would fit in a lot of what I need to see. So I could talk more and elaborate more and just like go into details about films with other people. Because I haven't seen a lot of the films that a lot of people mentioned to me, and I look them up on my phone, and I write them down. And then I started doing that thing where I was watching movies on live stream, the ones I've never seen before.
Hmm.
That was pretty fun. Especially like if you do like a watch along, like other people can watch it with you. But yeah, and there's a few good ones that I've already watched that people have recommended, and I was like, dang, I would have never thought to watch this, or I've never heard of it, or anything like that. But
So, do you
yeah,
like
so you're
film, like cinema, like type movies? Like, I mean, obviously horror is an art, but are you somebody that likes that type of? I mean, I mean, I don't know. Do you like that type of? Do you go to the movies a lot? Let me ask you that.
yes, I do. Well, I try
Okay,
to.
you try to. Are you somebody that does the typical Marvel movies too? You got or no?
I watch here and there. I'm not like super following every single one, if I'm being honest. Like I
Yeah, fine.
enjoy I enjoy the superhero and everything like Marvel franchise, but I feel like I'm more in tune with the horror. So like for the horror movies, like I for sure will go to the movies and watch the newest one that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And I try to stay on top of the new horror that's like everyone's talking about, everyone's watching, everybody that's like. So I try to stay on top of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
uh, but in my free time, I am trying to, or I'm going to make it more. frequent to watch like the older films that I have not seen before that people are recommending me, or that I've just never heard of. Like I think the other night we were watching like honestly I've never seen Sleepaway Camp. I watched Sleepaway Camp
No,
with
that's one I have
everybody.
not done either. But I met the Felicity. Fel- let me take a sip. Felicity Rose, I believe her name is. I have met her before. Uh,
Really?
yeah, at a convention. But like, I feel bad because I actually never I've never been able to watch that movie for some strange reason. I don't know what it is, but that movie just never seemed to impress me. Not impress me. Never intrigued me is what I should say. I don't mean to
Okay.
say not impress me. Um, but yeah, it never worked for me, and so yeah, I don't know. That is that.
I think it's fun. It's a fun film. It's definitely like a 80s film. But I was like, a lot of people were mentioning it, and I always seen the cover for it. I was like, I gotta watch it. I just have to sit down and watch it. Like, let me just take the time and watch this film because so many people mentioned it to me, and I was like, let me see what it's about. But I would say I laughed a lot in this, but I found a lot of things funny.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool film.
Yeah, I feel like that movie. Like I think there's like I feel like there's a doll out there of her where she's like naked and has like a big bush with a big like face on it. Am I wrong on that? That or is that serious?
No, that's real. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the right person, number one, and number two, it's so crazy to me that I finally got this whole thing finally figured out. And it's so cool that you took the time here today to even speak with me. Are you cool with talking a little longer or do you have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
wrap?
That's fine. Yeah. No,
Because
that's
I know
fine.
I said 1 hour, but I don't. I feel like my screw up was everybody else's loss because I have a list of questions still here. So Jaws 2, we're going back to that for a minute. Jaws 2, okay?
All right.
Did you ever go on the Jaws ride
No.
at Universal?
By the time my first time going to Universal, it had been already, long gone. So,
Really?
yeah, sadly. And I always would want to go, like, I would have loved to go on that ride, but, so I would, but I never have.
That was one of the reasons that I would go to Universal. I honestly feel like I've never been like a Universal person. Although I mean, obviously Jurassic Park and all the the normal Steven Spielberg films I can
Yeah.
get behind, but yeah, I don't know. It's just it's one of those. It's just one of those things. He is one of my favorite directors, though. So hopefully, when you watch this preview tonight, you are gentle to me because you're like the first person to really see it, and I'm
Really?
nervous because um, this is not the finished version of the film or the finished cut of the trailer. So things may change. And, I hope that with your feedback, it's going to become even better. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
sci fi horror film. It's 1 minute
Okay.
long. We'll still
That
save
sounds
it for
very
another minute
fun.
or two. But what else did I want to ask? Okay. All right. Let me ask you this question. Orville Peck. Do you know of him?
Orville
Orville
Pack?
Peck.
No.
You don't know Orville Peck, huh? Hmm. All right, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. He's a musician, a very
Okay.
good musician. If you get a chance, I recommend some of his music. But um, have you? Are you up to date on the what the hell is the other song called? The here's my strutting doot to doot, my strutting over you. Do you know that song? The strutting song?
Strutting song.
Strutting.
I don't think
Come
I
on, man.
do.
You got
Wait,
this.
what
You
if
know
I what if
this.
What if I look it up, maybe, and then I hear it?
Yeah, do that, would you? Because you're gonna be jamming out to this song from here on out. I guarantee it. And if anybody else is out there listening and they want to jam out, this is a jam out song. Orville Redenbacher, somebody said. Uh, no, but yes, Orville Redenbacher is a thing.
Some purists, right? You said.
What was it?
Well, who is it by again? You said.
What was the song?
Strutting.
Oh, Strutton. Thunder something. Thunder.
Some purists or.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
okay.
sounds
I
it.
was just making sure.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one?
Okay. Yeah, let's hear.
No, I've never heard it.
Are you watching the music video? You're watching the music video versus just the lyrics because it starts off pretty well.
Oh,
If
I'm
you
just listening to it. Like I'm just
okay,
listening at the lyrics.
when you get a chance, just to get a chance to watch that opening scene of the the song. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's you know what? Sometimes you got to strut. You got to do the strutting thing. So we're back to horror movies again, and now what is up is Freddy Krueger. Where on the spectrum is Freddy with you? Is he? I mean, is he with you at all, or are you just Freddy?
I feel like he is just because he's like iconic in his own way, and I do like Freddy. I think it's cool how they played the like a real life like thing that people have, like when you know have a nightmare and everything, and they just enhanced on that like whole concept, and they just made it like really really freaky and horror like. And I like it. I enjoy it. Now I have seen the newer, the newer Freddy with a different
Yeah, different
actor.
actor. Yeah,
I forgot who the actor, but that one
Jackie
was
something.
creepy. Yeah, that one was creepy. The way he looked, like his eyes looked very like, just very like, I don't know. It just like it looked completely different, so it kind of threw me off.
It
He still
looked
has
like a
the same.
mask. It didn't look
Yeah,
like there was like any type of like texture to it.
yeah. I feel like they kind of like, I don't know, went cheap on it, but it just wasn't as good as like the classic, Freddie, Robert England, So it's just like it definitely like look different, and I don't think they're like the same film. They're definitely different films, but um, I like Freddie. I think the whole idea on like falling asleep and like nightmares and it coming to life, and then you have like no, then they can't fall asleep, and then they start to go crazy, and it's just like I don't know. I like that concept because I feel like that's like a real thing in a way, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And then them just him actually like killing the people, the kids, and like that just enhanced it more. I don't know. And then it's so like he's so comical too. Like he makes me laugh
Well,
when
he
I'm
wasn't
watching.
supposed to be. He was supposed to be serious, and then they kind of like made him more comical.
Yeah, I like that part. I think that's what makes him more like him iconic in a way. Like the things that he says. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think the things he says are funny, and how he acts, and he just swears all the time. And I just think that's, I don't know. I like that from his character.
Well,
I don't know how you
he
feel about
really
that.
Robert England. He really developed that character. Now, I don't know if you can see over here, right in this area. There's like a picture frame thing. Can you see that?
Uh,
Right over here in this general region.
no, I can't really see it.
Well, you probably can't see
No.
what's on it, but there's a picture frame there. And I'm a big fan of Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead. Have you
Oh,
seen the original Dawn of the Dead?
yes. I've seen the original.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Good. 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 Because have you ever been to the mall, the Monrovia Mall or anything?
So which one?
The mall that they shot that in?
No, I have not.
I was there. I've been in it.
Really?
I went on the escalator. Seriously. They have
Was it
like a
life changing?
what was it?
Was it life changing?
Yes, it was actually very life changing. That's a true story. A true story right there. They have like a memorable memory section for George Romero too. And the reason why I pointed this out over there is because that's actually a signed check from George Romero, a copy of a signed check from George Romero that he signed, a carbon copy of it. It's like an authentic signature. It's so crazy because like I've gotten the chance to meet him once, and of course I
That's
didn't do
cool.
it. You know, I chickened out.
Oh no.
I was intimidating. I was intimidated by him. Is that the right word? Intimidated? Intimidated?
Intimidated. Yeah,
Y-
intimidated.
Okay, good. We're still there. So yeah, and like I went to his seminars that he did, and I listened to him speak and all that. And I'm a big fan. I really regret not getting a chance to meet him. But one of the highlights of my like professional movie career was being attached to his name on IMDb. It was so crazy. I did a
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, it is crazy. In a press release, I did a zombie film many years ago, and it was attached to him. So this is like the full the you ever hear the six separations of Kevin Bacon? Did you ever hear that whole thing?
No.
Well, the six separations is kind of like how it all comes back to Kevin Bacon. In this case, it's George Romero. However, it all comes back to like George
Uh,
Romero.
no.
All
Okay.
right. Did you see Virus?
Virus. Oh, I think a long time ago. I haven't seen it.
Jamie Lee
It's
Curtis?
been a minute. Say it again.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
Is that the right one? Yeah.
Virus. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh wait, we gotta address an elephant in the room here. I don't know if you're looking at these chats here, but they're talking about Freddy vs. Jason. Okay, and Freddy vs. Jason, okay, went through massive rewrites. All right, I found. Oh no, I'm sorry. I saw that wrong. I thought that was a different. My bad. Sorry, JB. We love you.
Oh
Sorry
yeah.
about. I took that wrong. That was my bad. But I love that the Orville vacuum cleaner comment was made because when you start looking up this guy, Orville Peck, you're gonna like be like, yeah, this guy is weird. Not Orville Peck, but the Donkey Kong over here. All right, so let's see what else we got. I had a whole list of things here. We got through quite a few of them here. This is good stuff. Would you ever get a jigsaw tattoo, you think? Or that is that not like
Well, I feel like it'd be a cool looking tattoo, but I'm thinking like, would I just get his face, or would I get? I don't know what I could do, like him on the bike. No, like on the bike.
Oh,
Uh,
on the bike, yeah. Yeah.
that would be kind of cool looking.
That would be
That-
different. That
yeah,
would be
it
really
would.
different. I
I
think
feel like his
yeah.
mask is so cool looking though, or the head, whatever you want to call it. Like it's there he is. It's pretty cool looking. I
Yeah,
don't know what the swirls are about though on the cheek.
just a creative design, I guess, just like the Pennywise there. But we were talking before about how that like ensemble is just different than the classic ones you always see. You see like Michael, Jason, Freddy,
Yeah.
uh occasionally Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but now it's like seeming to upgrade from the years. Who's on the far left? Is that Jason?
Oh,
Or not? Yeah, okay, it is Jason. So
yeah. He's
you have Jason, Pennywise, Jigsaw. Are you listening to what I'm saying here? Uh,
and
Ghostface, and who's the last one?
Chucky.
And Chucky. Did you have that made specifically like that, or is that like
No, I ordered it off Amazon.
that is like the next generation of like horror icons if you think about it.
Yeah, I and then it's like black light, so it makes it look like a little bit more pop. But yeah, I had like a bunch of ones I enjoyed and loved watching, and I think a lot of people know of, and that are most common. So I was like, oh yeah, this thing is pretty cool. I think
That
the
is really
dopest
cool.
one is. I'm not like big on Pennywise, if I'm being honest, but he just looks really cool.
Are you not
So
big on him because he's a clown, or are you not big on him because you just wasn't a fan of the film?
I just wasn't a huge fan of the film, honestly. I don't know, it just didn't do it for me, and I feel like a lot of people
And then
love it.
you got Michael on your shirt. You have
Yeah,
almost every character in this room here. You got Chucky up there, double time, and if you have a Freddy in that room somewhere, this would just be. I mean, you'd have them all. You'd have everything.
I don't.
Okay.
I have a Freddy figure, but I don't have anything really Freddy actually, which is kind of crazy. Yeah,
A lot of
I don't really have that much Freddy
a
stuff.
lot of people are saying hi to you, by the way, in the chat. So,
Oh, hello everybody.
yeah, the Spiral movie. Did you end up seeing Spiral from the mind of Jigsaw or whatever?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I have not seen. I feel so bad. I have not seen Spiral.
Okay, no, I'm
I've
just trying to
seen.
figure out gauging what type of film level we're on here so that we can, divulge into the brain and library that you have there of horror movies that you've seen.
No, I have not seen Spiral. Um, I've heard about it, but I have not. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have to check it out though. Let me see. Let's see. Maybe I have.
I
I always
actually
look at the
did.
cover.
I'm gonna start. I'll start us off too, also, and make the admission that I did not see it.
You didn't see it?
No, it had Chris Rock in it, and I just never thought Chris Rock would be a good character for a horror film.
Yeah, and then okay, yeah, so I saw the cover. Okay, maybe that was my fault. I didn't really read like the description of what that film was about, but I think I was just scanning and I saw the cover. I'm like, Spiral. It's okay, Chris Rock. I'm like, is this like a serious film? I was like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it looked kind of confusing because usually doesn't play in like films like that. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. Is it worth watching? I'm not sure. Maybe
I'm
you
not.
haven't seen it either.
I, I'm.
So
I'm gonna pass on it. Samuel L. Jackson was in it too. I mean, I just don't see them being in a Saw movie. It's like I just don't see it.
yeah,
I just don't feel that. I don't feel
yeah,
that.
like how
And somebody tell me in the chat too. Am I wrong on how I feel about this? Like, is it wrong for me to feel this way? I don't think it is.
is it worth watching?
I yeah. Is it worth watching?
I don't know. I wonder if they've seen it. I know a lot of people um, that visit my channel, they watch so many horror movies and they'll tell me, yeah, it's worth the watch or not. Like they're very up to date on everything.
Somebody put in there that they thought it was a comedy. Did you know the Killer Clown?
Seriously?
Are you an Ernest fan by chance?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Did you ever see the Ernest Halloween film? Come on, everybody should have seen this. If you're a true horror fan, not a horror girl. I'm talking the chat right now, the chat, because you have an exemption because you are learning this culture of horror icons.
I am still learning.
Yes, so you get an exemption, but the chat doesn't get an exemption. The chat needs to tell us that they've seen this. It's Ernest Scared Stupid.
I seen the cover for that. It
Do you know
looks
those?
pretty
Do you know those are
cute.
the Killer Clown outfits?
What? Really?
Look, if you look at them closely, they're the Killer Clown outfits. And it actually, if you Google that or search out on IMDb, it actually does say that those are the original. It's like a fun factoid. Bet
What?
y'all didn't know that. What's up?
Like, I know a lot of facts. You do know a lot of stuff, though. I didn't know that.
No, this is just comes with years of like uh studying and learning and trying to figure out how to do it on his own. But I think I want to show you the teaser just so we have something to break up here. I want your honest opinion after it. You can critique me. You can, and chat, if you're watching too, you're welcome to hit me where it hurts. But this is an unfinished, and I'd like you to just kind of tell me what your thoughts are. It's 1 minute long. I'm gonna play for it now. It starts right off as soon as I click over to the transfer button. So make sure that your volume is ready and you are ready to go. Let me just make sure. Okay, here we go. Enjoy.
It's an invasion.
Stop right there.
You said you would never leave me.
There you are.
She needs a doctor, like right away.
Girl Sanford?
It is. Doc?
I suppose you'd like to see it. Wow. It's really all gone.
Gravity of
Yeah, it's a little off. I mean, that was fun. I like it.
It's an invasion.
Stop right there.
You said you would never leave me.
There you are.
I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, so here we go. I apologize, man. If it couldn't remember
No,
wrong,
it's fine.
it will go wrong. Let me restart it if you want to watch it again. We'll watch it one more time.
It's an invasion.
Stop right there.
You said you would never leave me.
There you are.
She needs a doctor, like right away.
Girl Sanford?
It is. Doc?
I suppose
Wow,
you'd like to
that's so cool.
It's really all gone.
Really? How did you do that? Okay.
That beautiful pitch. A Grim Becoming is a horror comedy about a man becoming Grim Reaper from seeing a Grim Reaper reaping a soul. We're catching everybody up. All right, perfect. And it's all zany stuff between him and death and trying to stop being a Grim Reaper. And I think that would be a fun film for you just to watch. And just there's a scene where somebody, because underneath the robe, so you actually get to see this guy becoming a Grim Reaper. So his skin comes like off, and you see like the bones.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's this one kill scene in the movie that is so amazing, where this actress falls into the water and gets electrocuted. Amazing, amazing. We might get shut down for that. We might get canceled or whatever they call it. That's all over everything. But it would be something fun to watch. But that idea, because you asked me where that idea came from, that idea alone came from watching the Santa Claus and Scrooged, and that third ghost that I don't remember what the third ghost was, where he was just the robe, the Reaper robe.
Okay.
It was the Grim Reaper, and I tried to figure out how to like figure out our own way of doing that, and one of the ways of doing that was just kind of like taking that on, like making its own mythology. I studied that on that film alone. I studied for like a year and a half about death through all different like cultures.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was a it was a thing. We should figure out that one too. We can pre-schedule these, and then they'll be better, so that when we start them off again, they're not so like all mixed up like how I had it today. And I apologize about that.
No worries. It's fine.
But
Totally.
the teaser. So you got a chance to look at the teaser. How bad is it? Give it to me.
It's not bad. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I think it. And now I'm like curious as to like how it is throughout the whole film. I thought the oh my gosh, I'm like blanking right now. The storyline looks pretty fun and interesting. I like the sci-fi aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'd like to see it. So when you say you're gonna show it and everything, so you just do it through YouTube, or how do you do that?
No, I
Like,
do.
would
I
you
do. That film was one of my only films that had a DVD release.
really?
I've had 3 that had DVD releases. And funny thing about that first film was on Netflix, but not the Netflix we know today. It was the discs. You remember the discs that you had to
Yes,
trade and all that?
yes. You had to send it through the mail, right?
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, this will never catch on." And all of a sudden one day it just like exploded. Well, yeah, we were put on there, and like that was a highlight. And then if you go to Walmart, you can find Fang or another film called Gore, which is like, if you can stomach those 2 films, then you have survived the Adam Steigert experience.
That's I mean, yeah, I'm a bored person. I think I can stomach it. I think I can watch. I think
Didn't I send you that link the one time and I said watch the opening scene for Fang, and you were like, "Ugh." Or am I thinking of maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I could have swore I sent it to you. And I'm like, if you could get past the opening scene of this, it's so
let me see.
gross. It's so gross.
I don't think you sent it to me.
I'll send it to your Instagram if you don't mind. You
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
watch it at your leisure, but and I do mean that as a serious thing, as leisure, because you're horror buff, you know. But let me find it.
Dude, I can watch it right now and see. You can give my live reaction.
Oh yeah, if you can stomach it, yeah. Because we're just gonna have the camera right on you while you watch it.
All right, all
All right,
right.
hold on a second here. Let me find it. What is it? I got like 3,000 or 1,300 or 1,600 videos on here, so trying to get through these. There's full film. I'm telling you. What? I can't find it now. I can't find my own film.
But how do you find the time and the energy to like put all that?
Like I have
Like,
bad anxiety, like
okay,
crippling anxiety. So one of my outlets for like mental health is just to sit at my computer most days and just create. Um, so a lot of times that's what I do. I just sit here, create, and things just start coming out of my brain. It's like a form of venting, if you will, you know. Um, so
that's
yeah,
pretty cool. So like, because honestly, like the like how I find people like that do like okay, so like you're doing these huge projects, that take so much time and energy and work, and I'm just like I think to myself, I'm like I don't even know if I can't even edit videos. Like I can't even like I just like
it
that's a lot
requires
for me just to
focus.
like sit there. Yeah, and so like and to have the patience to do that. Like I can I mean I could probably I don't know, I just couldn't see myself doing that. So like when you were showing me these, and you're just like, oh, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, dang, that's a lot of work. Like, that's a lot of work and time and effort. So
Yeah.
applause to you, because
Thank you.
that couldn't be me. And then the fact that you find it, and then when you find it like fun and exciting and you love doing it, it doesn't even feel like work. So I just think it's really cool. And then the fact that you can come up with all these different ideas, different storylines, special effects, just the way you film it, I think it's really cool.
One of the
That's
things
really
if any, this is a little unknown, I should say, unknown fact about the movies I make. I use sometimes ex-girlfriends' names in the movies. Really. And normally they're like the bad characters, or like the nasty ones or whatever, or something happens to them. Not I'm not suggesting anything. Of course, it's only all in fun, But those are like I write characters after they're no like the relationships are no similar. They're not similar in any fashion to who the person is, but the name. I take the name and I put it to the character. So I sent you that link.
that is fun.
Good luck.
All right, let me see.
Everybody ready for this? This is her raw reaction. Ready? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay. It is gonna work.
I don't know if you have ad free or not, but it might have an ad.
No, I don't.
That's okay. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you. The first thing that comes up, it says warning.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Uh-huh.
It's not long. It's like 30 seconds. You can and you can turn it off. This is the full movie, but it's 30 seconds long.
Oh, that's a cool shot. Just that alone, pretty cool.
You let me
I
know
like the
when.
music,
What?
or like the sound. I like the sound, like in the beginning, the creepy, eerie sound.
Let me know when you see the elephant in the room.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh my god! You see it? You see it?
Oh my gosh!
Okay, you can once the credits start, you can pause or turn it off. But like,
Wow.
you get the type of that's the type of films I'm making over here. Okay.
Dang, that's crazy.
It was gross.
I like it though. That was really cool.
So if you listen to those sound effects, it goes back to what we were talking about before with the gurgling of the stomach and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I want to watch it again. That was really cool.
That's really gross. You let me know. I'm gonna put you back on the spot here. Listen to those sound effects because they're really gross.
There you go.
Everybody probably wants to know what this is now.
Yeah, right?
Somebody said I need a moderator. Hold on a second here. What the hell am I missing?
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm gonna watch it again though. All right. Sorry, it started.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. I can't even
And it's like,
monetize that movie. It's limited monetized on YouTube because of that opening scene.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. I
That
like
opening-
how
Yeah.
I like the color of the blood and everything. And I like how he's like soaked in it. It looks cool.
So if anybody is trying to follow along here, we are currently looking at pretty much a crotch shot. A crotch shot from a horror film I made in like 2017 or 18. I don't know. But you want to see? Let's see here, because the raw reactions are just so classic. They're great. What you should you'll see it when you play the watch back on this. When you see your face, when you see, you're gonna be okay with that.
It was pretty gory though. Just
Yeah.
that scene. And you know another thing, which is like props to you because that's really cool. Is like the opening scene, like is always like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how's it gonna grab the person's attention? Or,
Yeah,
like,
you got to grab the
you wanna
person.
watch it. And like that's like, like it's ready. Like you're like this. You're like okay. Like what is this film gonna be about? And now I want to see more. Like so, yeah, that was really awesome.
Now this does
That
not
was
have to
really
be about
awesome.
all my movies, but if you want to do one more, here's just a trailer for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
movie
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
We could talk about something else, of course.
All right.
I'm just rambling.
All right, come on.
So now we're watching this one. You could act. We could have. Next time I'll have one where I can share the screen better, and we can watch some of these together, or whatever if you want to do it or whatnot.
Keep doing that. I keep turning the disappearing thing. Let's see.
We're watching the Grim Becoming trailer, friends. We're trying to. We need raw reactions from the horror queeners. Oh, horror girl. Not the queen yet, but we are making her a
Look at
queen.
that.
We're making her a queen.
All right, let's see. Okay. Dang, a lot is happening already.
That's the full trailer.
Ooh. The scream.
Oh, I'll wait until you're done.
Okay. Ooh, what's that? What's happening there? Oh my gosh. His cheek. Wow, that's cool.
So that's that movie. So now if we want to ever watch that movie together, I would gladly do a movie-a-thon with you.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
But we can. You want to do both of them, or you want to do one, or you want to
I'll
do?
do whatever you want. Whatever you're willing to do, I'll do it. Because there are so many good films out there that would like I would love to share. There are so many good movies. Have you ever seen Night of the Living Dead?
Yes.
Did you see it in black and white or color?
Oh, I saw the black and white.
Did
Yeah.
you ever see the remake?
The remake? No, I haven't seen the remake. I know.
That is one we got to put on your board because the remake is, in my opinion, very close to being better than the original. Now, the original is classic. I get it. All right, I get it. But there was licensing issues with that first film because it was originally like copyrighted as like Night of the Ghouls, so they never copyrighted Night of the Living Dead. That's why you can watch it anywhere for free, basically. So what ended up happening was they tried to make a remake thinking that it would fix the licensing issues if it used the same title and the same storyline and all that. And it didn't, but you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw that film. It was a while ago. So I'd seen it for the first time, but I was like, oh, this is. Of course, it's older, but I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like, I kind of like this classic look, kind of classic storyline, the acting and everything. Um, I enjoyed that film a lot, actually. I didn't know about the whole copyrighted thing. I mean, like I knew about it like on YouTube that people were telling me, oh, you don't get a copyright strike when you show it, but I didn't know like
Yeah.
what was.
You could you could
That's the
even do that as like a watch party type of thing. Um, what was I gonna say? Like, what was it? I got like signed autographs from some of those folks. Judy, I can't remember her name. at the moment. Judy Gareth. The horror community is gonna crucify me for that, so I apologize, folks. But yeah. So
Yes, they'll tell you right away.
oh yeah, and you can come at me hard because I probably deserve it. Um, I got an opportunity to explore the new Universal Studios.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the monster. What did they call it?
Monsters Unchained. I waited for
Unchained.
I waited for like an hour and 20 minutes because it broke down several times.
Really?
Yeah, and
Too much traffic.
and then the other ride, the Donkey Kong ride, which actually is pretty good. I gotta admit, they did really good on that. That Donkey Kong ride was like, I want to say an hour and a half wait. I mean, and it kept going down. So it's a smaller park than the other ones too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Um, I've seen a little bit of videos. I was like, should I watch it all? Like, I don't know if I want to like spoil it for myself, but then I'm curious. Um, with the whole Universal monster aspect of it and how it looked really cool. I really want to go and visit and try the rides and everything. I think it's cool that they're refreshing. It's like a new park, you know what I'm saying? So it's just brand new. Everything's uh like what am I looking for the word?
It is. I will say this: it is so visually stunning. You would be
Yeah.
impressed. You'd be impressed. I mean, I was impressed at the animatronics and the
Oh, yeah,
real.
everything's getting better nowadays.
Yeah,
Like 10 times better.
yeah. They had the Wolf Man in this ride, man, and he scared the shit out of me. Are we allowed to say shit? Do we swear on here? Do you swear
Yeah,
on your?
I do.
Okay, cool, cool. I just don't know for PG. As we're watching, guy's
Filter.
crotch is covered in blood. Um, the chat was saved from that though because they didn't have to see that. All right, let's
Yeah,
see here.
no, that was it was cool looking though. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I liked it though. I liked the bloodiness of it. I thought that was cool.
Let's see. It looks like somebody say something. Maybe I'm missing it. My bad. You can barely hear me. What? How about now? Can you hear me now? If you haven't been able to hear this far, I really turned it up now. Did you hear the change?
Me personally, no, but
Okay.
I wonder.
Oh yeah, because what am I doing? I got you here. All right. So, are you doing Halloween Horror Nights? Because that would be really good content for you.
Oh man, I want to. I looked up the dates that they have it. I was looking up the tickets too because I don't have a Universal Pass. But I do want to do at least like a few nights if I can. But yeah, I definitely want to have Halloween Horror Nights. I didn't go last year. I didn't go last year, so I definitely want to go this year. Yeah. Are you planning on going, or how are you gonna do it?
You
I
know
feel
what?
like
I'm too afraid.
what?
Seriously, I'm too afraid to do them, so I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I have a saying. I like to make the movies. I don't like to be in the movies. You know?
It is different when you're actually, yeah, going through and you're kind of trapped, and the only thing you have to do is just go forward. So I get what you're saying about that. For me, like going through haunted houses and everything, like I don't know, I get this like sense of adrenaline and like fear and excitement, and it's like all these emotions at once, and I kind of enjoy it. So I just keep walking. The only way to go is forward. Here, like I know what's happening. I know what's coming up, but I just gotta keep
So what
going.
did we
I
learn
don't know. I
tonight,
really
everyone? We
rush.
found so far you like pain. You like horror movies. Everybody's taking notes of this so that we're all like on the same playing field here. But somebody said something I think we should address. Uh, no, wait. Oh, somebody said happy birthday, Adam, and uh, my birthday is in December. But thank you, I appreciate that.
I, I get people saying happy birthday all the time. I don't know. It's like
What?
a gremlin thing, I guess.
Oh, is that like a
Um,
troll?
yeah, that's what I call them. I call them gremlin. I
Oh,
mean, that's what I'm thinking. They like I get people on sometimes that say that. They say, happy birthday, happy birthday. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I've had some stalkers in my life.
Really?
Yeah, making movies. Like you. I would have never thought on the level that I'm at that I would have a stalker. And that's not me being humble or me saying I'm not, I'm not good
Yeah,
enough. It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
I'm too good or whatever the phrase is. But I never thought I would have them, and I have like three stories from all the years of doing movies that have always stuck out to me. One of them transpired in this very room. Okay, like it's crazy.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I invited. So I went to a horror con. I'll be brief on this. I went to a horror con to promote a film, and I met a couple girls there, or excuse me, not a couple, one girl there. Met one girl there, and invited her to be in a movie because I was in the process of casting extras. So I'm like, you could just come on out and be an extra one day. And I
Yeah,
said, if you
yeah.
need to, because she was in a different state, you could come, stay at my house. Well, this is when the story goes wee. All right.
Red
Uh,
flag.
Here it
Ugh.
comes. So she brought a girlfriend with her. That's fine, right? Who I
Okay.
found out after all this stuff that I'm about to tell you happened had just been released from the psych institution.
Oh
Um,
my god.
and I suffer from mental illness, so I know what it's like. But at the same time, you know what? Uh, at the time I was really young. I was like 23,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I don't know, like my mind wasn't there with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so she stayed in this room, and I gave my room up like a perfect gentleman, you know, um, for her to stay in my room. She was wearing my clothes. Uh, what else? She started saying to people that I was gonna put her on a bus and drive her to or live with me, and that we were gonna get married.
Oh,
Um, I actually slept in my bathroom because with my dog, who's actually off the floor here sleeping. But I actually slept in my bathroom because it was the only door that actually locked in my house at the time. But that's not where the story ends. The next day, my friend comes over. So we had like a little group get together the night before, and this girl that came from the psych institution, she like made all this food. Asked me if she could make food on my oven. I'm like, fine. But I mean, she made like 3 meals worth of food. Okay. And I'm not talking just for like one person or like 3 people. I'm talking like 7 to 10 people, 3 types of meals. And I couldn't understand why the hell she was doing that, but I just let her go. And then she ate none of it. I don't eat. I very rarely. I'm such a picky eater that I very rarely ever do that. Like I'll eat somebody else's food, but my friend came over after work, who works on the films with me, and at the time was um, what's the guy? What do you call a bank teller or something? The guy that carries the money has the guns on him, like Brinks and
oh,
all that.
Yeah, brief. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he was one of those guys. And he had come over after work and he had put down his gun on my table. It was empty, but this girl pointed it at me and and that is like was the second to last straw. When she said I
What?
was yeah, it wasn't the taking the gun that scared me. It was or sleeping in the bathroom. It was the fact that she told everybody that I was going to be marrying her.
Gosh.
It's crazy. It's a true story.
Oh my goodness.
So I threw her out of my house. And I had to have so we did this all night shoot. I had to come back to the house because they were both staying in there and I just went off on them. Mainly the girl that I was in, kind of interested in, and I invited to stay in my personal room while I slept on the fucking couch or in the friggin' bathroom, by the way. Okay. Um so I came into the room, I just burst in because it was my damn room and she's just in it. And I burst in and she was like wearing my shirt. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And what the hell are you telling people? It was
Wow.
and that girl still communicates with me to this day. She'll find like either a different Instagram handle or a TikTok or well, not TikTok, but another she'll like new telephone numbers and like still communicate with me and it's just it was such a
That,
creepy, terrifying experience.
that is crazy. Yeah, 'cause you don't know what the heck someone's capable of. I'm glad they didn't like do anything like to harm you, like super, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Another
Oh
true
no.
another true story off of that is the next day because we did an overnight shoot and I had to throw them out. She wouldn't leave, so I spent hours before I had to go to another horror convention trying to get these girls out of the house. The one that came from the psych institution. I keep saying that because I don't want to describe her any other way because she pissed me the fuck off. All right, and you know what? With mental illness, I can talk about it. Okay, so anywho, she so I had to go to this horror convention, but I was so dead tired because it took me 4 hours to get them out of the house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that I ended up sleeping underneath the convention table for like 3.5 hours. So there were some of my actors were up on the table signing autographs and stuff for people, and I slept under the table where this cloth was covering the table up so you wouldn't see me. I slept underneath the table. No one knew I was even there. It was crazy. And guess what? After I threw them out, guess who showed up?
They came again.
They
They
came
showed back up.
back they came to the festival.
What?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yes. And at that point, she pulled me aside and she goes, "I think we need to break up, Adam." I'm like, we weren't even fucking dating." It's like, what the hell is this? I mean, I don't
No.
mean to cuss so much, but it's like ridiculous.
So like were you scared that like now they knew where you live and everything? So it's like would they show up
Terrified.
again? Like were you thinking that or
Yeah, terrified. She's from
yeah.
out of state. She's not in the same state. I live in New York. She does not live in New York, and she'll drive past my exit and send me pictures of like locations near my house. I got cameras all over my house, so that like I'm gonna find you if you come to my house. Don't you come to my house if she's watching this.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry, that sounds a little crazy.
Yeah, it totally is.
Oh.
How you doing? Are you burning out at all, or can you keep going? Are you
No,
done?
yeah. You can
Okay.
keep going. No. That's,
Okay.
that's wild. And
Cool.
you know, and that's another thing too, like letting people know where you live or what you just don't know what anybody is capable of, you know, and it's just and they kind of some people may think like it's like you trying to be rude or mean and it's not, but it's for certain like situations like that. Like that's yeah, I don't know what I would do. That's
Well,
crazy.
yeah, there's been some things that like one time this is a very short one. One time I call this the handshake guy. This guy literally who was an extra pulled me off to the side, said, "Oh, thank you for having me and my son out," and he shook my hand, but he wouldn't let go.
Oh,
So I kept trying to kind of like, politely, professionally back off, as one would do, you would think. And he didn't get the hint. So somebody on my crew actually had to pull me off of this guy because, like, literally pull off of his hand. And anyways, the night finishes up and they shoot their scenes and they leave and all that. I see them at Walmart and he makes eye contact with me. And he comes up to me and he just started shaking my hand again and like, I
Why
mean,
did you put your hands in your pocket?
I couldn't react fast enough. It's like, hey, Adam, in slow motion. Hey, Adam.
Oh.
And I'm like, hello. So,
Oh man.
it was bad. And I had nobody to pull me off this time. So I actually had to stand there and deal with this handshake that never ended. Yes, literally never ended. It was, yeah, that was fun. Okay, so there's that story. Let's see what we got going on in the chat
I'd be
here.
kind of scared.
Oh, I
I'd
was
be kinda
scared. That actually was one of the reasons I ended up starting to hire like security for my films. People may,
Oh.
you may watch the film and be like, oh, this is terrible or this is great or whatever. But some of the films actually had security on them because, like, even independent people sometimes have issues,
Well, yeah, like people that just because some people just have like I don't want to say like well they get too obsessed over something somebody an idea I guess and they just like they don't have that switch in their brain I guess that tells them like okay like a limit so they just take it far and beyond and they think it's okay and that's the scary part
Yeah.
and
And I know you as being a woman probably could, or a girl, however we want to say that, but you can probably relate to how it is because I hear it all the time, about how it is for women, and they get stalkers, that is, and to have only like 4 incidents in my life that I ever really had an issue with that. I'm doing something pretty good, but I have such bad anxiety, as I said before, that I kind of like isolate myself a lot of times from the
okay yeah
from the public in general.
and then I bet those experiences didn't help. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That probably yeah.
no, those experiences, those ones were bad. There was one. I don't have to keep going on this. We can move on.
No, good.
I'm just you got me on a tangent now, and I'm just rambling. There was one that was writing all over. Only had one friend on Facebook, and everything on Facebook was about having a relationship with me, and she was speaking in the third person.
Ooh, yeah.
So as if we had already had a relationship, and she was only an extra on the film.
Oh, so she worked.
She worked on the film, and
oh wow.
yeah. So that was more in my youth because I was like very easily manipulated by a nice looking lass, of course.
Yeah.
And I said lass, LACE, not ass, so everybody's aware. All right. And sometimes I found those people that wouldn't go away.
Like extreme fangirl kind of
Yeah.
thing going on. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know what? And you know what? You don't. Yeah, they weren't even like it was definitely like if we were grading on a level of A, B, and C, and D, they were probably on the D level. Okay. These girls that I'm talking about, it's like I look back and I'm like, what, Adam? What was this phase?
What was I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary though, because you're and then like or even if you're not, let's just say into them or talking them that way, you're just like being nice, like you said earlier. Like
Yeah.
sometimes with people certain like I don't know the way that they take it and they flip it. So you're just being nice and in their head it's something more. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the scary part.
Yeah.
And you don't know
Totally.
what they're capable of.
Yeah, if
Like,
somebody takes something like you say as like a flirt or something, and it really
mm,
wasn't meant to be that, just being friendly, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I remember going to a restaurant locally, which I won't name because over the years I finally have come to terms with going back there. But there was this female waitress, and she bent over, and the guy actually touched her ass, and I'm like like I stood up, and I'm like, this guy is like he's groping on this girl, and the girl, the waitress, she just played it off, and then walked off, and I'm just like, how terrible does it have to be like that? I mean, it's just, anyways,
Like, yeah, not making it a big deal or anything to cause like attention
yeah,
or yeah,
just
yeah. It's
because you're working, you have to be harassed like that. Come on,
yeah, that's crazy. And
yeah,
you're kind of like stuck in like, okay, now where do I go? I can't really leave.
yeah,
Like,
they got my tip.
yeah.
I mean, think about that. That is like manipulation. It's terrible.
Yeah, and then they know where you work, so they're like, "Oh, are they gonna come the next day and the next day and
Yeah.
the
And
next
are they going to
day?"
touch
Yeah, it's kind of
more?
scary.
And is it going to lead to
Yeah,
something else?
yeah, that's. And then are they gonna pay attention when you leave? Yeah, like that's pretty
Yeah.
scary too. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
people just
So
do strange things. I don't understand it. I don't know. I
looks
don't get
like
it.
everybody's finding our conversation to be very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, um,
We're talking about the
yeah.
crazies.
Even there's times though, like, and this is before I started YouTube, where it's just like, just straight, like people don't take no for an answer, and that's kind of
Yeah.
like scary too, you know? Or like,
Yeah.
it's just like people will, I don't know, but like they'll just follow you, and then you have to like be aware of your surroundings. What time is it? There's just you don't know what anybody like what they're capable of, you
Totally.
know? And it's just like, oh, that's scary, especially like if you're in the moment by yourself, oh, that's even scarier. You're like, okay, so now what am I gonna do if something, if the escalates, So yeah, it's I don't know why people do the things they do. I don't. That's it's really scary, but I guess it just makes you like stay aware, like on your p's and q's 24/7.
I hear
That's just
honestly, I hear the same thing that you're saying right now from almost every like female or woman that I know close to me that I've worked with, actresses, actors, all that.
oh
You're
yeah.
you're saying something like I mean I hear from everybody. It's not just a lot of females get harassed so easily. It's terrible.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, okay, after, like, not accept it, but you, like, come to terms with it. Like, okay, this is going to happen. I kind of expect this a little bit, but be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
pay attention to how they're talking, what they're saying, body language, how many times, let's just say someone reaches out to you, messages you, like, knows things that maybe are really personal. Like, how did they find that
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
So it's you have to pay attention to everything and how people talk to you. You're like, wait, how do they know that? That's weird. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they shouldn't know that. That's a little, yeah, sus. So it's scary a little bit, but I
Yeah,
guess you
it's
just
just
gotta be
it
aware.
my I wasn't raised like that, me personally. I know people that were raised to be like that, and I just you know, in this day and age it's more accepted than it should be. And
Yeah, yeah,
it's a sad state of affairs. But let's move on because I'm
yeah.
sure we don't want to get caught up in the tearjerker that is. um well we're doing pretty good on our stream still. Looks
No,
like
I've seen everybody messaging. Oh,
yeah.
Joan, Greg, for Chris, Disney Mom. I see a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Um, Hello everybody. I know we've been kind of like talking, and I haven't been like reading the comments too much.
Yeah,
Comments,
I
chat,
haven't either.
whatever you want to call them.
All right, let's see.
Oh,
Okay, so we talked about Halloween Horror Nights. Well, was there a decision on that? Are you thinking you're gonna do it or no?
I definitely want to do it. Yeah, I
I mean,
definitely
you
want
live right down the street, or not down the street. I'm not saying that as a psycho. I'm saying that as you live in the state. Okay, all right.
to.
So
Yeah,
please
yeah,
forgive me.
yeah. So I love Halloween Horror Night. Okay, I only been once, right, for one night, but it made such an impact. And I was like, oh man, I gotta go again. Like, and then now I haven't been in what? It's been like 2 years, 3 years, something crazy like
And
that.
now you have a
Uh,
YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And I wasn't, I think at the time I was not doing YouTube when I went. So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't record anything. So now that I'm like into the YouTube world, like, yeah, now I'm like, okay, I gotta go more than one night. I'd like to go several nights to get everything, you know, or at least
Yeah.
show the environment. Just, I try to film things for people, like, for them to experience because they're not there, you know, in the
Yeah.
moment. So, but definitely I want to go again. It's just it's so fun too. Like it's just like a different environment. And what I like about the Universal thing is like it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like there's security there. Like people are usually like there's a lot of people being like I don't want to say monitored, but there's just like a lot of like just safety features compared to like a random haunted house, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
and they always do cool concepts too, you know, like I know a few people that work there actually, and they'll tell me like, oh, this year they had, you know, what they had a Chucky one actually. I didn't get to go to that one.
Halloween
I'll-
4. They had a Halloween 4 one. I'm a big Halloween 4 fan for some reason.
wow, yeah, I didn't see that one. I think the one I went to was, oh crap, what was it? It was that Netflix show. No, it was a show, The House on Haunted Hill or something like that, or whatever. The haunting of. No, it was
Yeah, I
haunting
know what you're talking
of.
about from the Netflix show.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but that was a good season. But it was that's the one I went to. It was based off that house. Um, so if you watch the show, you get a lot of the references and a lot of the little scenes that they whatever they do in the house, which is I always try to like figure out what kind of houses are coming up, and I'd like to watch whatever it is, either the movie or TV show. That way, when you go through the house, you can really like appreciate and experience everything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's pretty cool. I wish I saw the Chucky one though, or Child's Play or whatever. Like I wish I saw that one. I saw pictures though.
Yeah, I like watching some of I'm trying to think of one I think it's Spark Entertainment. They do a lot of the haunted houses. I'm a big fan of their work over there. And like I enjoy watching other people. Like this guy goes around films, you know, bunch of attractive females leading away through the you know, the horror maze. And you know, you can't take your eyes off it because you're watching them get scared and they're being filmed. So like these people that are doing the scaring of them, um, like they know they're being filmed, so it's like they terrify them extra, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Supposedly, there's supposed to be like a. I don't know if it's true. Something with Terrifier, but I don't think that's true. I heard a
oh,
Terrifier house, but
I got interrupted. I'm sorry. Horror
go ahead.
Chris, Halloween 4 is the best sequel. That is the truth. Okay, it goes Halloween 1, 2, and 4. We're gonna stop there. Okay.
We didn't talk
Although
about food.
we're not talking about 3 and 5. I liked only because Danielle Harrison was in it, or Harris. Danielle Harris was in it. And as she's grown up, I grew up with her. We're almost the same age. I'm in my 30s. I think she's in her 40s. But, you know, she was my, like, when I was growing up, my, like, you know, age ish. So I followed her work and I just, I appreciated her for being in Halloween 2. And then she was in the Rob Zombie movies.
Wait,
Um, and she got her ass handed to her, but that's when I really realized she was a scream queen.
dude, Rob Zombie movies are amazing.
House of the Thousand Corpses gets a little bit too much for me. I like Devil's Rejects a lot.
Yes, that one's fun. That's a
That
fun
one's
movie.
really, yeah, that one to me was a lot of, yeah, I'll say fun. As much as it was very crazy. I met, is it Sig Heg? Sig Heg. Hig? The guy that played the clown? I'm probably
Oh,
saying that wrong. It's Sig something. I thought it was Hig. H-I-G.
Captain Spaulding?
Yeah, I met with
Really?
him. Yeah, I met with him.
Wow, that's
I
so cool.
even got a picture with him. He's like, "Oh, I want to commission you to do something for me," and I'm like, "Okay, what?" And it was at the time I was trying to sell these like 3D art, and he's like, "I want you to make one of those for me," and I'm like, "Well, they cost about X, Y, and Z." And he's like, "Well, I don't want to pay X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, "Well, then I can't make them for you because there's no profit, and I mean, you're not even making them at cost."
Dang.
Yeah. Um, wasn't a big
That's where you
fan of
met
him.
him. That's really cool.
I wasn't a big fan of him though because he was kind of like a little bit of a jerk to me, and maybe that was the right way to be towards me. I don't know. I met Ken Foray, who was uh, in Dawn of the Dead, of course, and
You're meeting like everybody.
I met the guy that did you ever see Land of the Dead?
No, I've never seen Land of the Dead.
Do you know of the one like lead zombie character that they really advertise the film with? Have you ever seen that?
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, well, that character, I met that actor.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I met Michael Myers actor. I met,
Really?
yeah, I met
Which
Tyler
one?
Mane. Both. I met the original and the remake one.
That's dope. That's so dope. That's so cool.
Yeah, you would be surprised how people are when they're not in a film. Like they are way different. Like I make movies, and you can see my personality versus what it would probably be like in I don't know person. I don't know. So
Yeah, I think too sometimes like some of the actors, I guess you could say, like I feel like they kind of give the vibe, which I understand, like they're tired of it. Like I guess like tired of meeting new people. So like sometimes they're a little rude. I have heard that, but I mean, I can
I
kind of understand, but then like that's your career. Like you got to play the part. You have to like, you know what I'm saying? Like get that there's a bunch of people probably obsessed with you or fandom over you and are so happy to meet you, and they just kind of sometimes they just kind of like brush them off. I think that's
yeah.
a little.
We got to find a way out because one of the big things I've learned over this business, if you don't like set people straight right off the get go, you're in like a real hurt. Um, I've made so many mistakes in my career, and I will just say that you learn so much as you go, like with anything you do. And one thing I will always remember is safety. You got to have safety on sets. I had a guy once fall through a floor.
What?
Yeah, it was about that far. So he fell about that far because he fell. It wasn't a basement. It was just a ground.
Oh,
But the floor gave away when he was doing rehearsal, and we had no cameras rolling, and he didn't get hurt. No splinters, not a thing.
that's
But
crazy.
that is when I knew I had to have insurance on all these movies.
Yeah.
Um,
That's.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So you have to have insurance for like. How did that work? I never understood that.
Well, I like to have film insurance. I mean, you don't. Not everybody has to have it. They
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just go out and film whatever they want. But I choose to do it because it kind of protects the production and the production company. In the event that somebody does get hurt and wants to sue. I've done it on like, oh man, I've spent so much money on insurance over the years. Probably 12 films.
But I mean,
Uh,
I feel like you have to have it just to cover yourself. You don't know what's gonna
yeah.
happen.
Well, prior to the gentleman I'm talking about falling through the floor, there was an incident in the local film community where I live, where somebody fell down an actual well shaft or something of that
Oh my
nature. Some
goodness.
type. What was that?
I said, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah. Well, they fell. It was some type of hole, is what I can tell you. I thought it was some type of well hole, but it was some type of hole at the central terminal in Buffalo, New York, and they got really hurt. And that's when I knew that insurance was so important.
Yeah, sure. That's yeah. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like what happened with what the heck was his name?
Alec
Alex.
Baldwin.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand that how that happened, but um, I feel like that was set up, but I don't know. But I don't really know. But even like that, like how does that even happen? And then
I I don't ever. There's no reason to put any type of rounds, live or fake or whatever, in a firearm on set. That should never have happened.
yeah,
Digital
exactly.
is the only way that you should do any of that now. I know it sucks, but it's the safest way. Um, there was a
Yeah,
question here that I caught. Actually, let me see. Let's see what we got. You all right still?
yeah.
Okay.
This-
All right. Oh, so Horror Chris here again. He was asking about how long I've been doing YouTube. Well, I got serious about it about 5-ish years ago, but I have had this YouTube account since 2000. Well, when did YouTube come out? Oh God, it's been a long
What's
time. I think it's over 15 years.
let me see.
And it's quite hard to build a following on YouTube. You're doing good with your content. That's why I'm saying you need to get to those horror houses.
I know the man, yeah, and I feel like that would get a lot of new maybe people in also. And I just like to like how do you want to say refresh the content. Like I always try to bring new stuff, you know. Like sometimes I get in a state where like I do like the same thing and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to bore people out or just like I like to switch it up and make it more exciting, new content, So I'm really trying hard on that.
Well,
um
I liked when you were shopping for the stuff. And
yeah,
Halloween's gonna be coming up again. We'll see how that is. But you can get back into those like spirit Halloween stores or whatever they have. That
yes,
would
I
be
love
pretty cool.
it. Yeah, I feel like I from those videos, uh, I got a lot of new people to my channel, and that's kind of what made me turn this into a horror channel because it didn't start off like that. I went through trial and error with this channel.
Yeah.
It was like Florida stuff, like content kind of thing, and then like Halloween was coming up, and I was like, oh, so then I switched to like store videos, right? So I was filming stuff in the stores and everything, and I was doing like fall and Halloween stuff, and then I was like, oh, but I want to get like more into Halloween, so then I did, Spirit, and I was like, okay, I like Spirit, like I love Halloween, I love the Halloween stories that pop up, so I started filming Spirit stuff, and then I just went full deep dive into horror. I don't even know. It's weird how it all
So
ended
now I
up
have
where
another
it's at.
question for you. Are you into paranormal stuff?
Somewhat. Sometimes it kind of freaks me out, but I do like it.
Do you
Now what do you?
believe in ghosts and all that?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like sometimes when I'm like, I guess I don't like to play around with it because I believe in that stuff and I don't want to invite anything that
Oh, I know.
what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Like,
do know. Yeah.
so I'm like I get kind of it's not even skeptical. It's just like being cautious. I guess you could say. Yeah, but are you do you follow much into it or?
I do. Unfortunately, it's like a guilty passion is to like watch those ghost hunting shows.
Yeah.
And don't hate me for saying it, but I'm a big Zach Bagans fan. Okay. I am one of those. You don't find the ones very often that like the content he made. But more importantly, I like his earlier years when he had Nick Groff on his show more. Um, so, but anyways, between that and then watching these like creepy videos that have been coming out everywhere, it seems like on YouTube all of a sudden. Uh, you know, I really dig. That's like kind of the only things I watch, to be honest with you. I watch your streams, of course, but not many like movies. I really don't like going to the movies very often because like when you make it, it doesn't like you lose some type of spectacle behind it or magic behind it, you know?
I see. Yeah. I mean, for me, I like going and I guess seeing it on the big screen, kind of thing. But like, it depends what kind of movie. Like, I'm more like, okay, if I'm going to see a movie, let's just say, I don't know why, I always just like horror. I like to watch scary movies. So I'm always trying to see new ones, but then sometimes I get disappointed when I go see one, or I guess like now for today's movies, I have just high expectations that sometimes they're not met. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's some
Oh
of
yeah.
the newer horror movies today are just like, oh,
Well, I
this.
I always kid around with some of my fellow filmmakers that I associate with. I'm like, if we were born in the '80s, our films would have been made and produced and remade, in you know, uh, people would have seen it several times by now. And I think we're gonna see that. You're gonna start to see a new generation of indie films starting to come into the spectrum. You've seen Terrifier is starting to move into that realm. Um, a whole
Yeah,
new age.
there is a bunch that are just now altering that whole, how do you want to call it? Not genre. Oh yeah, genre.
Yeah, genre
Like
or landscape. Yeah,
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 that's the word landscape. That sounds
yeah,
better. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely changing. And then, honestly, like so like I wasn't so into movies. Like I'm starting to get so, but now I'm like understanding like okay the different types of films and how like let's just say how indie films are and like how big they can actually get, how how they can grow, and then like ones that you never heard of that are actually really really good. Like I feel like a lot of them are not really like um I don't want to say like mentioned, or they're just not that big as they should be. I don't know if
yeah.
that's like not enough traffic or something like that, because there's some really 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 good ones and you're just like dang, like how come I've never seen this, heard of this, or whatever. So I just
I
think more light needs to be shed on it, you
I
know.
just recently saw, and I don't know if you said you stay up to date with movies like when they come the new releases. But I just recently saw Bring Her Back. I got like an advanced screening opportunity to see it, and um, have you seen that? Is
I
it
have
on your
not seen.
list of any interest of any sort?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay, I won't spoil anything, of course, but there are some scenes in that movie that are tough to watch.
Really.
Yeah, they're like whitey tighties close up shot type of
Uh,
graphicness. Yeah,
I see.
you know what I
Gotcha.
mean. It's
Yeah.
really gory.
Gosh. But that's like I guess in a way like some people are like, oh, how can you watch that? And other way they're like, that's what makes the film so different and so horrific, I guess you could say. Like
Horrific. I dig
horrific.
it.
Horrific.
Horrific.
Horror terrific. Horrific
Horror
horror.
horrific. I think there's a couple of comments here. Let's just double check this here. Let me see here. They want to know if you're going to go live on your page tonight. I'll let you answer that one.
I probably will still Saturday.
Yeah,
um
totally.
what
What's your definition of movie magic? Movie magic to me is when you are able to watch a film and not know the effect. That's what I like. Is you can't figure it out, like how it was done.
That's cool. I like that. I never thought of it that way. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Because that as a filmmaker, that allows me to know like I've done my job. Like I was able to trick the audience into believing something was fake, of course, but it's so like real that it doesn't feel fake, if that
So it
makes
makes you
sense.
question
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you want. You when you watch horror movies, like really grungy horror films, you want to be able to see that type of grungy horror element, you know?
You're like, is this a real movie or is someone videotaped this? Like, what is this? Oh.
So let's kind of just, I guess we conclude. 2.5 hours is pretty good for a stream, and you got another stream to go to. They're already, inquiring minds are waiting on your talents and skills. Let me ask you this, just a little bit in closing here. Um, like, what are you hoping for out of YouTube? Are you hoping for it to be like be able to be doing a job with it at some time?
Yeah. So I mean, like my whole goal is I'm a person that likes freedom and everything. So and I would like to work for myself, and just build. And I feel like this community is already like building up, even like the horror community. I didn't realize how many people really enjoyed horror. Like it was just something I was passionate about, and I really enjoyed. And I was like, let me just try it out and go this way and really express myself. And so now, like that, it's just growing, and I'm meeting so many people like you, and it's just so cool to connect with other people based off horror that I just like. My goal is just to like keep growing and keep building and just like really make this like a huge career opportunity in a way, but also make it fun and not make it feel so much, I guess, like work. Um, but I would like this to be my career, like
Yeah.
my full time gig. Like I want to do this like forever. Like I feel like there's so many opportunities that you get with this that I have gotten already and look forward to that maybe not many people have experienced, and I
Yeah.
just don't know where this channel can take me. And I'm just excited, and it's kind of exciting knowing the unexpected, I guess you could say. Like it's I don't know, it's so much fun. And I feel like I really grew into myself from this channel. Like I really became the person I am today because of this. So I don't know, that was a long talk.
I could honestly, I could see that, and I hope you don't mind me saying, I felt like you were one in your earlier films, earlier videos. You seemed like a little more reserved and a little more shy, and I feel like
Yeah.
you've really opened yourself up and like kind of like embraced everybody in such a way that is like really beneficial to you in what we were just talking about, but also in the fact that you're meeting so many new people, and like it's good to touch people's lives.
Yeah, and you're all connecting over like not gonna say one subject, but a whole community, and you just get to learn about things. Like you taught me things today I didn't know, and I have all my like subscribers and all my friends. Like they just tell me, I call them my friends because I
Well, they're
just
your
think like
friends, of
they can
course.
teach me so much stuff. I have no idea, and they introduce me. They are. They
They're
are
f-
my friends.
they are your
It's just
friends.
crazy. It's crazy, like how far, like I guess it grew and came. Like I don't know. It's just it's. I want to say like it's not overwhelming at all. It's just I never know what to expect now. Like I'm always trying to. I would say just make it more exciting for people too. Um, and that's why I like when people contribute ideas and stuff like that and what I should do or introduce me into new films, new concepts, new
You need to do more podcasts with people.
more podcasts.
Like how we're doing right
And
now. Connect with more filmmakers and stuff. You could do that. That would be something that would be really something that would be interesting to see you do as well. I mean, you have
and
endless possibilities.
yeah, and honestly, like, so I'm not very, I want to say like, okay, I'm comfortable talking to you, but like, just like, I guess having a stream with somebody, I'm not used to it. I've only done it like this is only like my second time, and so
Mm.
like I'm a little nervous. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I mess up on what I'm saying, so I still have to get comfortable doing this. Um,
Well, first is worst,
but
second is best.
yeah, yeah,
Although we
yeah.
didn't start off very good here today because our everything seemed to be like not working the greatest.
That's okay. It's
I'm glad we
okay.
were able to figure that out.
Yeah, stuff happens. That's how I look at it too. Like if there's mess ups or something, or like it happens. Nobody is perfect, you know. So, but I definitely want to get more comfortable doing that, like more live streams. I guess with people I'm not too. Sometimes I feel like I'm not truly I try to ask myself, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like I get a little nervous. I'm like, should I say this? Should I not? Like,
Well, you know, you will continue to grow into yourself publicly. You know, like you'll figure out where your boundaries are, obviously.
yeah,
Um, and it's okay to like explore and develop those. You know, if you feel like you're going in the wrong direction in any fashion, you can always change course, and people will understand that. You know. But at the same time, I think you are on the right trajectory, and everybody in the chat seems to agree with that stance. So that is good. Let me ask you just one more question for today, if you don't mind me picking your brain one last time.
yeah,
Um, you ever want to stream again?
yeah, for sure, definitely,
All right.
yes. What
Yeah.
does the chat think? The chat think, yeah,
Yeah. Should we stream again and watch movies
yeah,
together or something here?
yeah.
Let us
I mean, so
know.
many things that we could do, and that's another thing. I'm trying to come up with new ideas to like incorporate also everyone that's watching and stuff like that. So like sometimes I haven't done it in a while, but I looked up like trivia games. Like I try to play trivia with people or pick their brains a little bit. I don't know. I'm always trying to do new things with people. I know before with Boogie Manny's channel, we did like ranking of horror movie posters. Like I always try to like I don't know, I guess try new things, especially with someone else, you know, because then we could just go off each other's ideas. You know,
Yeah.
you talk about a subject, I talk about a subject. We, you know, relate on certain things. You teach me new things. I teach you new things. I don't know. I think that's pretty exciting. I like doing live streams with other people.
You
I don't
know
know.
what?
And I'm a talker, so I just talk. Like,
Same, same. You know what I need? One of these days, I'll have to introduce you to another amazing talent too. There's Amber Brooke. She is an actress, and she also does these types of things too, where she talks movies and stuff. But it'd be an interesting venture to see you, her, me. We could all bounce off of each other too. That would be an interesting idea. Look her up too. She's great. She was in Ombis too. Also, you can see her in the trailer. But you know, she's all tattooed and like that stuff too. So it seems like I'm the
yeah.
only. I feel like I'm the odd one out these days because I have no tattoos. I'm none.
I
Um,
mean, if that's do you want tattoos or you don't know? You're just like, or you're against them, or how are you
I'm
feel
not.
about it?
I don't want to say I'm against them. When I was a kid, I didn't understand them, so I was like raised in a family that was like, "Oh, you don't get a tattoo,"
Yeah, yeah.
and 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 then you know, over the years, everybody has them, so they just become more socially acceptable or
Yeah,
accepted. You know,
yeah, yeah, sure.
but
Um,
yeah,
I mean, it's cool though. Like, yeah, the whole thing of the two of my tattoos, like that's a whole story itself, and it's just I don't know. I think it's fun. I think I can't wait to get more. But anyways, yeah,
can
I
I
love.
ask you a question? Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
How much was that leg? Can you give me a ballpark figure? You don't have to give me the exact dollar amount. Was it very expensive? Little expensive? Not really expensive? You don't have to say a dollar amount.
I would say it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was very expensive. So like, so my artist, he would like charge per session kind of thing. So it's based on like how big of an art piece you do and how many sessions you do kind of thing. So like, I know he has like a bunch of like now he started putting the pricing on like his page on his Instagram.
Yeah.
So so each one like he'll show like this one costs this much and this one costs this much kind of thing. So I tell people like, oh, go check it out. What do you think? Or I like for people to guess, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty penny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was quite expensive, but people are like, oh, I would never pay that much for it. But you're getting like good quality, like amazing artwork. So you pay for what you get. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's going
So
on your body.
forever.
Yeah, forever. You're right. So I mean, like, you better be happy with what you're getting. Otherwise, you're gonna be very unhappy for a long time.
Then you gotta pay more to cover it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Um.
Uh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
well, I
I'm
always
sorry.
tell people do their research though. Research on your artist and everything. Make sure it's like legit and you're going to a person that you've seen work and all this kind of stuff. Like there's so much I learned with tattoos I never knew before.
Now it's
After like
it
getting them, like oh
is it more money with color than it is just black and white?
no, I don't think so. I mean, I think it depends on your artist also. Well, yeah, in a way.
Because that has
So
a lot of
color,
color in it, right? It has a lot of color in it.
yeah, mine is completely colored out. Yeah,
See that
and
if I got a tattoo, I'd have to do it full color. I love color.
yeah, I know it makes the skin pop. It just looks amazing. Like it's
Yeah,
so vibrant.
yeah.
I will say the sun does fade it out though, so
I've
you have to
seen
be.
that on people, especially women that have had tattoos fade after many years.
Yeah, that's the bad part about it.
Yeah.
But I and then like off like experience, color. I say color hurts more. It does with the shading because they're not just using one blue. You
Mhm.
know, they're using like 8 different blues to get how it looks. So color takes longer. It definitely hurts a little more, but I think it looks cooler. Um,
Does yours bubble up like in the cold or whatever? You know, like the outline? Because I know somebody that actually has hers. It actually like when I don't know if it gets cold or something. Hers actually gets like you could feel it.
um, I don't really think I know like while it's healing, it kind of ends up like that. I haven't really paid attention. I know that the white kind of will like my white, that white outline, like
Yeah.
by hand, it does like puff up a little bit. Nothing like concerning or anything, but I have noticed that on certain spots.
Yeah.
But then it goes away. Like it's yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It comes and goes, right?
Yeah. On certain spots, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondered about that because I've heard different things on why that happens, but uh, it's obviously something to do with the ink and the scarring. I don't want to call it scarring. It's not scarring. It's just you're imprinting your skin. You know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
and like, and it takes a long time for the tattoo to fully heal, which people don't think that also. Like, even though if it's like, I think it's like a few months or something like that.
how
If I'm
many
not mistaken.
sessions? How many sessions did you have to go to for that
For which
one?
one?
For the one right there on your leg?
Chucky?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I wish I kept.
There was that many?
It was this one was quite a bit of sessions. Yeah.
Really?
Um, I would say probably like I think it was 8 sessions, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Was it 8 or 6? Around there, like 8 or 6 sessions. They were pretty a lot of sessions. Because you have to think well, the way that my artist worked is that he works in layers. So he'll do like let's just say this part, the outline, right?
Yeah.
And then he lets it heal. Then he goes down here, works something on over here. Then he goes back to it. Like so he would work in layers. I don't
Yeah.
know how every artist is. Now with the Jason one, that was done in 3 days back to back. That was crazy. That was done at a convention.
Was the
So
one on your
that
leg
was like I've never experienced that.
was Chucky their first tattoo?
Yeah, I actually have like a little small tattoo, but I don't count that. You know what I'm
You have a
saying?
little
So
what
it's
tattoo?
like a little word tattoo.
Okay.
But like I don't count that. So I guess this would be my first big. I just went all in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went right for it.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Were
didn't
you
know what I
nervous
was.
after, like being so big? Were you nervous? Like, did you question it at all after when it wasn't finished?
No, so when I put he put the stencil on, I was like, oh god, this is really big. I didn't think it
Yeah.
was that
Yeah.
large.
Right. Right.
And I was like, well, okay, let's go for it. But then like when the first session and as soon as he hit the needle in my skin, I was like, oh crap, what am I doing? I said, this hurts. I was like,
Yeah.
and it's this big. But then after like I guess a few sessions, like I just started getting used to it, and I was like, no, I think I can handle it. I think this is gonna look cool. I just saw the end picture, so I was just like, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be worth it. Like I'm gonna love it. I don't care. So it was scary at first, but
Did
And
anything
then
have to get changed at all, like throughout the process, or were you like once he put down the outline? Was that like were
oh
you?
yeah, he changed it like
Yeah, you
a
did.
few times.
Yeah.
Positions, because you have to think like when you're working on it, and then like it's how it goes on your body, and then it's like
Somebody said
the
something
way that.
about.
Go
Sorry, go
ahead.
ahead. No, I'm sorry. I just caught this that your leg should be have insurance on it. That's great.
I am very careful with it though. I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I make sure nothing scratches me. Like so if I'm ever like let's just say like my jaws will jump, on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I always turn my body to the other side. Like I sacrifice this side of my body all the time. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever riding motorcycles. Like no, like
Nah.
anything dangerous like that. No, I would cry. I would definitely cry.
I've done snowmobiling. I did snowmobiling for quite a few years in my life, my younger age, like from 11 all the way to I don't know how old am I? I'm 38. So I did it till I was 32, 33. Uh
Man, I never done that.
yeah, and I just gave up on it because I started hating the cold because up here in north, we get lake effect snow like it's our job, and they want us to drive in it and all that other stuff, whiteouts. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. You don't get snow down there at all, do you?
But I'm from up north. I'm from Illinois.
Are you
So
really? I know quite a few people
yeah,
in Illinois. Or
yeah. So I'm
Illinois,
from
excuse me.
yeah, Illinois. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
I don't
says
want to be that
Illinois.
guy.
But yeah, so I know about the snow. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't miss it at all. But I did like skiing. Skiing was pretty fun. I don't know if you ever skied. That's pretty
I
fun.
could never. I am
What?
so no. I'm not balanced enough. I could not do that. When I used to do roller hockey when I was younger, and my legs would wobble so much that I would have to tape them. So I can only imagine what it would have been. I would have been doing a banana split down a friggin' hill.
Oh, you'll get the hang of it. You get the hang of it
You say
once
that.
you learn.
But there is a video of me that I have not posted yet, but it is in my unposted private section of YouTube that has me doing waterboarding and crashing out pretty hard. That I've been struggling to decide to release it or not because it's a little bit embarrassing. But yeah, it's kind of it is what it is. It's one of those things.
Watch that video go viral though.
Yeah, yeah, but it probably will go viral. That probably will go viral. So you're
Usually
gonna
how it happens.
So you're gonna do your both your arms and both your legs, and work your way up between there.
Yeah, that's my
That's the goal.
end goal, my plan. Maybe that's my goal. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see.
You're gonna
But
be
definitely,
worth
I
a
want to do
lot
the
there.
legs first. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't really like see that. They're like, oh well, that was like only like this much, right? And like, no. When you see people with big tattoos, like that's a lot of work and time and money, and I don't think people put the two and two together or three and three together. Like, yeah, that's a lot of work. And then
Yeah.
so like people are like, oh, like I don't know, like I try to be really really careful with my leg. I know that sounds weird, but like, man, I just try to
Well,
avoid.
it's a work of art there. You worked hard for it,
Yeah,
and you
tattoos
deserve to make
pain.
sure it stays good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, the sun definitely solves it. If anyone ever had tattoos, or even, I feel like the Florida sun is really strong, super strong, and it sucks the color right out of your tattoo. And I don't know, and that's a scary thing too. Like all that work, all that money, all that time, and then a little sun damage just takes that vibrance
Yeah.
and totally changes the tattoo. So I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
about getting a sleeve, like a UV sleeve.
A what?
A UV sleeve. You ever like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about
I
like
was
the
like,
fake tattoo ones.
yeah. Well, they have one that are just plain, but it's supposed to block the UV from your ink. like protect it in a way so it doesn't
Oh,
fade. You could be out
well,
in the
that
sun all day.
I feel like, yeah, but I feel like you'd be sweating. I was down there today, and I was leaving, and it was cold, considered cold for Florida, and at 6 a.m. And yeah, no,
It was hot. Yeah.
it was very, yeah. Yesterday was worse.
Yeah. I don't know. People are like, oh, no, it's hot season right now. To me, like the humidity is crazy right now in
Hmm.
Florida. It's hot.
On the airplane ride today, I sat next to a guy, and he's like coming up to go to Canada because I live very close to Canada, and they generally people come to Buffalo to go to Canada. Not if they're gonna fly in, they generally fly into Buffalo for to go to Canada.
Mhm.
And he was telling me that he's like, this is unusual for Florida, the heat in May. And I'm like, I don't know anything about that, but okay.
You're
So
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it is crazy hot right now. I don't know what's that about. I don't know. It feels like it's like midsummer. It's not
She's
even
so
summer.
two things. Is somebody's telling you to make sure you're wearing SPF. Okay, that's number
Mhm.
one, and that's a good public service announcement for everybody to kind of catch on to is SPF all the way. And then the other thing is somebody asked me if I've seen Fear Street. I really have not. I really don't watch a lot of TV movies. I can't really stomach watching when you edit all day every day. It's just
You
it
to
does
watch.
it doesn't become entertaining. Like this to me, just having a conversation with somebody is entertaining. This is like what I'd like to do, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
I feel like a little talk show. I like
yeah,
it.
a
Um,
3 hour talk show. Wow, I definitely want to do this again if you're open to it.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll make sure that things are set up much differently. Maybe we could do like a once a week thing or something if you're cool with it, or once every other
Yeah,
week,
that would be
or
cool.
whatever you want.
Once a week would be cool. Yeah, that's fun. I
You
think this
know,
is fun.
we could put it. We can schedule it every week and figure out a topic. Maybe we'll talk for like less than 3 hours, but or maybe we won't because it seems like there are people here following us for 3 hours. So somebody's enjoying this.
Yeah. And so like I feel like that's like a gift. I don't know, not a gift, but I'm just like I just
Totally
love
is.
talking. Like I can talk for days, and I don't know. I think it's crazy that people they like what I talk about, or like I like talking certain subjects with people, and people are always like, if I okay, I only did one other stream with Boogie Manny, but he's like, I was on here for 3 hours. I don't know how I'm on here for so long. I've never done a stream this long. And then you said the same thing. You're like, I've never stayed this long talking to somebody. I don't know. I just find it easy. I don't
Yeah.
know, especially when you're talking with somebody else. Oh, it's fun, and
Well, there's no
and time flies by.
you don't want downtime on your streams. You don't want like quiet time, and you don't want to talk the entire time because you need a breath. You know, so it's good to do these types of things where you do like a co-host thing or you host somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
And give you a little bit more ammunition. Not ammunition. I don't say it meaning like that. But you're in Florida, so maybe I should say it like that. Ammunition. To yeah. So wow, 3 hours. This is the longest stream I've ever done, and uh, I appreciate that because this has been great.
No, thank you.
Like learning about like your backstory and talking about movies and stuff like that. This has been a very great conversation to have with somebody, and it seems like a lot of people really liked hearing some of these types of questions. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so fun that you meet people that are interested in learning about you and the things you like and things you guys share together. Like, so I always find that very fun. Like,
Yeah,
especially like now, everyone like people from my channel are gonna come, and you guys should subscribe to this channel, please and thank you. And they're gonna watch your videos and
I
learn about
appreciate
you.
that, and I hope
Yeah,
mine do the same. We'll see how many views we get once this goes. Once we get this all live and stuff. But definitely good clips here. We could definitely get some good clips from everything that we've talked about tonight. Little sound
yeah,
bites.
for
Um,
sure.
but all All right, well then let's conclude for tonight, and let's try and schedule another event. Somebody asked
Yeah.
though, somebody the horror homies always turn out. Okay.
Yes. They like to call. We made a thing up. We're like, oh, what should we like call like I guess the group of people that come to the live stream and everything. We're like, oh, because before I was like calling them like spooky ghouls, but then like I was like, okay, well, what about like I think someone else came up with like horror homies. So we were just always trying to come up with like fun like 4 or 5 names, I guess, for people that come to the live stream. But it's pretty fun. But yeah, that's what they call themselves, or
They,
we
they
call
were
each other.
talking about, by the way, they were talking about the logo again. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean, you know,
yeah,
they're talking
I
logo.
I know, I know, I
You
know,
see,
I
I
know.
even put the knife in there. Do you see that? There's a knife
Yes,
in the logo. Okay?
I see it. It does look cool. It looks so dope.
Yeah.
And like, I know I'm like sitting kind of far away, but yeah, I like the knife. The knife.
The knife. The knife. I'm the same cloth. But it was great talking with you tonight,
Yeah.
and I know you got more to do. So I look forward to seeing more content, and I'm going to connect with you again and see if you want to do this on a more weekly thing, and maybe we can do something again.
Yes, of course. I had so much fun. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Of
And thank you for
course.
reaching out to me. And yeah, I really appreciate it. And I love your work and I think it's really fun. And I don't know, I had so much fun today. But yeah, I definitely want to do something.
Yeah,
You have to
then
let me
we're
know
going
when.
to, and I'm gonna have to find a new hat and a
Yeah.
new shirt to kind of like show my zaniness. You got because you got the horror element over there, and then you got this
I
like
don't
gamer guy with like Batman with a werewolf mask on behind me. We didn't even get to that. That's a whole conversation in itself. But
oh yeah, you know, and I'm always trying to switch it up too, like, because I just want it to make it like more refreshing for people to see, I guess. Because this is like, so this is kind of new, but I had like my Michael Myers blanket, and
yeah,
I put it up in the background. So I'm always trying to just make it a fun environment,
yeah,
but
I'm
spooky
gonna have to
looking.
do something like that if we're gonna keep this up, or just if I'm gonna keep this up in general. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure something out with that because that would be really cool. But
Amazon has been pretty
Amazon
cool.
for the win, huh? All
Yeah, I
right,
think so.
that's fair. All right, well, I'm gonna let you sign off here. Thanks again for being a part of the show. Obviously, your handles are gonna be in the comment section below. Make sure that you obviously subscribe to the Horror Girl. All right, she is here to impress, and she's doing a great job for it, folks. Anything else? Are we good for this evening then?
I think so, but make sure you guys subscribe to Indieadam. I
Subscribe.
think yes, thank you. And I just want to thank you so much for I guess collabing with me and inviting
Yeah,
me on the channel. This is so fun,
it
and
wasn't as bad as you thought, right? Your
yeah, like
anxiety kind of lifted.
it did. But like I know like some things like I'll be like just kind of nervous, but I think the more I do it, the more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like not as nervous and shy.
We're gonna
Because I still feel like that, but
we're
yeah.
gonna we're gonna break it. We're gonna break it. I can tell.
All right,
Your
all right.
community, we and everybody else is gonna break this here for you. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye everyone.